Yeah, hi there. And these comments, I'm going to use your initials K, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons. Excuse me. At the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. In this email, I have your username and your password. I'm glad you sent me this message. I changed your contact information in my online course to the email that you just sent me here and not your husband's email. Alright, so you need to get 95, right? That would be a good score for you, right? That's what you're saying. So you took the TOEFL last year, you didn't have any preparation at all, so you got 16 on the reading, 22 on the listening, 24 on the speaking, and 19 on the writing, so you really need improvements in both reading and writing areas. But really, your goal is to try to get 25 in each area, in my opinion. That way you get 100, which is 5 points more than you need. So that's kind of what we want to look at. So, okay, I am going to give you some advice right now. Now, first of all, I'm going to be honest with you, you got a pretty big hole with your reading right now, so it's not going to be easy to get out of this hole, and 30 days might not be enough. In my opinion, you're probably looking at maybe 3 months, I think, in order to get your English where it needs to be so you can significantly improve your reading. So get out a sheet of paper and take down some notes. Now, some of my suggestions they don't have anything to do with my online course, but they will help you to improve your reading and your overall academic English language abilities, right? So you're already doing this, I'm sure, but stay in the habit of reading every day. But not TOEFL materials right now. Your reading score is terrible right now. You don't want to worry about that. I recommend reading magazines, newspapers, and books. Do that every day for about 45 minutes. Now, as you do your reading practice, get down in note form the main and the most important supporting points of those reading passages. Now, I also want you to practice listening every day, but not as long because your listening is already pretty good. But I'm going to recommend about 30 minutes a day you can practice listening. You can focus on TV programs, news, history, science, maybe documentary programs. Similarly, you should also be getting down in note form the main and the most important supporting points of the listening passages. So right now, you're doing reading, listening practice, and note-taking practice. Now, my next suggestion is each week, using your notes from the reading passage in the lecture, I want you to write 3 250-word responses. This is helpful for your integrated writing, obviously, and it'll help you get more comfortable generally writing in English. Now, if you can just do this to start, this is good. But also, even with your speaking, so you can improve your speaking more than 24, I'm sure. I mean, you're speaking English with your husband, so why not go for 30 points out of 30 on the speaking? Why not, right? You're in an English-speaking country, and you got a great partner to talk with all day long, so I think you should do that too. So with your speaking, you can also use the reading and the listening notes you're taking, and then you can give 3 oral summaries each week. You can record them, and after you record them, I want you to have your husband listen to your oral summaries. Now what he's going to do is, you want him to listen to it for any pronunciation problems, have him pointed out to you. Also have him listen for any problems with grammar, vocabulary, and then ask him about how you're organizing and developing your responses. And that feedback is going to be very, very important for you. All right, that's the start. That's what you want to do first. Now, the next thing is, I'm going to recommend right now, you can go to my online course, and as you go through my online course, I'm going to give you some suggestions on what you can do. And keep in mind that, in my opinion, I don't see your problem as a 30-day problem. Now, you said that you want to get the TOEFL test, or you want to take it by July, am I right? Let me see. So you apply for dental school, you accepted to start this July, so you want to get it done before that. It should not be later than the end of February, the middle of March. I feel very concerned. I know a lot of strategies, consider my vocabulary vary, though I surely believe there's room for improvement. The problem is speed. Okay, so you're having some problems reading, right, with your reading speed. This is where my online course comes in, very, very handy for you. In the reading section of my course, I have 70 speed reading tests. These speed reading tests will help you improve your reading speed from 100 to 350 words per minute. Your goal is 300 words per minute or more. So you want to work very diligently in the reading part of my course, work very hard so you can get that reading speed up to 300 words per minute. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of things about reading. You have to keep these things in mind. This is why I think that 30 days is just not, you're putting yourself under a lot of stress. That's not a lot of time. You have some pretty big reading problems. But if you can do, with reading, there's five important things you can do to improve your reading, right? I would write these down too, so you're getting my philosophies. You can understand what I think in terms of your situation. Number one, you already told you to do it. Read every day for about 45 minutes. That is very, very important. This is going to help you get used to concentrating and focusing on ideas in English, right? Now, number two, build your vocabulary. That means you can go to vocabulary lesson number 3 in my course, vocabulary lesson number 4, vocabulary lesson number 5, and vocabulary lesson number 6. Right? So you can build your vocabulary. That's going to have a good impact on your reading. Now, number 3, I already suggested, you need to improve your reading speed to a minimum of 300 words per minute. And my online course will help you do that. Number 4, you have to become familiar with the reading IBT question types and the strategies for answering them. That's not the most important thing. Strategy and tactics, this is something you do after you already have really good English. Then you try to apply some of the strategies when you take the test to help boost your score. But if your reading proficiency is already low, it doesn't matter how many strategies you get. You have to improve the reading first before the strategies are going to help you on the test. But you should be aware of the different kinds of question types and the strategies for answering them. Now, my 5th suggestion is you should take some TOEFL level reading practice tests. Now, my website is designed in the reading to help you improve your reading speed. Now, I have another company that I partnered with, and they have what's called section-specific and full-length IBT practice tests. So maybe after you use my course for about a month, I recommend that you take a practice test first before you take the actual TOEFL IBT exam, so you can get a chance to mark your progress and you can see how close you are to your goal of 95. Do you see what I'm saying? How do I help you? So you're going to work a lot in the vocabulary, in the reading section of my course, also the writing section, and also the grammar section. I'm not going to recommend a specific study guide for you at this point. You kind of have a unique system. You have a unique situation, right? Okay, I have 40 independent writing practice tests, 43 integrated writing practice tests. My recommendation is to start posting practice tests, maybe 3 or 4 a week if you can. This is going to be really, really important. I also have lessons in the writing section of my course to help you get aware of the independent and the integrated writing task and how you can organize your writing accordingly. So I think as you go through those lessons, when you feel ready, you're going to start sending me independent and integrated writing practice test. Now also, I know that your speaking is already pretty good, but like I said, your goal is to get 30, not 24. So I recommend that you send me maybe 2 or 3 speaking practice tests each week, and then I can get a chance to comment on those. I can tell you which areas you need to work on the most in order to continue to boost your score. So right now, because you have 24, you probably still have a pretty heavy non-native speaker accent. You might have some language use issues or some topic development issues, but whatever those issues are, I will become aware of these things as you start posting your practice test. You see what I'm saying? So what you can do today, I recommend that you kind of go through my course once you get your username and your password right now. I want you to go through the course and kind of see how I've set up everything, and then you kind of see what you have to do. So you want to be focusing again in the vocabulary section, the grammar section, the reading section, and I think and also the writing area of my course. These are probably going to be the most important areas for you to focus right now. Now remember that Rome was not built in a day. You have some pretty big problems if your reading score right now is 16 and you have a slower reading speed. It's going to take time to build that reading speed, right? So it's a combination of going through my speed reading tests, I think, at my online course, and also reading every day on a regular basis for a period of a few months. And I think that you will be able to overcome this reading difficulty you're having. But the problem is, can you overcome all of this in 30 days? In my opinion, the answer is no. You'll probably need a little bit more time than that. I'm just being honest, right? So people ask me questions. I try to be upfront about it. All right, so tell your husband. He's the one who actually made the payment for the course. So tell him that when you're ready, when you no longer need to use my course, tell him to cancel the subscription at PayPal, so that way he won't be billed unnecessarily. Now, if your husband does get a bill that he doesn't want to pay, just tell him to send me an email. I can refund the payment up to 2 months, no problem. All right? Anyway, good luck to you, and I'm glad to have you as one of my students. And remember, kind of take in the information I'm giving you now. Hopefully you have some idea on what you need to do now in order to improve your academic English language proficiency in order to get better. All right, anyway, thank you very much.